I'm Sabrina, a licensed massage therapist and certified cosmetic surgery specialist, and this is Talk Plastic Surgery, where we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And today, on this filler episode, I have some very special news to share at the end. But on top of all of that, let's go over this last segment with the beautiful Maria.
I'm not happy with this.
Yeah.
Not really happy. They lied to me since the beginning. It didn't work, and now they want to do another procedure, which is going to cost me more money.
Riley, when did you have your breast done?
I was 20.
And how old were you when you had your BBL?
21. I always wanted to get my body done since a teenager, so
Oh, wow.
since like 14, I would say.
And, of course, guess who's back? Dawn.
So I went back to the doctor, and you go in there, and the last thing that you expect to hear is that you need more work done. I got to be honest, I was just upset. I just wanted to cry. I just wanted to bury myself in a black hole.
So let's start this show with talking about Maria. And now leading into when we met. I'll never forget the first time I saw you. And I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
We have a lot of work to do.
It was bad.
It was really bad. And I can't believe how hard your stomach was. Like your stomach was literally hard like a rock. And I was the first massage you had, right?
Yes.
Did he even recommend massages in the beginning?
That's the thing, that they didn't even say anything at all. No.
Wow.
They only said that when I went to go see the doctor, he asked me, when are you going to start the massages? I didn't even know. So that's when they put me back again 7 days because now I had an infection.
Wow.
Yeah. So after I got that removed and everything, that's when I started looking in, and I got you so I could go see you.
Yeah.
And that's when the doctor said, you could go anywhere else to get your massages. I said, okay, bye. Laters.
So on that part, we were talking about fibrosis and how bad Maria had it, and then how long it has taken to get rid of it. So when we are talking about fibrosis and getting rid of it, it can be a very long journey, and it can take a long time to really break it down and get rid of it. Now, that being said, there is many different ways to get rid of it, but honestly, I'm all about making sure it doesn't happen from the beginning, because if you are able to get the proper massages and the proper aftercare done, then we can actually prevent that stuff from happening. And in that case, that's why all those things happened with Maria, is because she didn't have someone explain to her what to do post-operatively. She didn't have good guidance in the beginning, but now she's healing and doing good. But we also talked about her seroma. So how was your experience when you went with him after that?
It was crazy. I called them and I told the lady, you know what? My massager lady is saying that I might have fluid in there. How did she know? She said I could feel the bubble in there. So once I go to the doctor is there just looking at me back and forth. And he's like, how do you know you have fluids in there? I said, well, do something,
Yeah.
And then he's like, you don't have nothing. I said, yes, I do. Look, I start touching my stomach. Look, there's a bubble here, there. And he was just looking like an idiot. Like, really? I said, yeah. You need to do an ultrasound.
Yes.
Okay, let me go get the machine. So he went, he got the machine and everything. He got 80 cc's of liquid. It was nasty.
Yeah.
It was nasty to the point where I was fainting.
Oh my God.
I was scared because, he just went in there and that's it.
Yeah.
He got me to the wall, stand right there, just punched me in, got the liquid out, and that was it.
So when we were dealing with Maria's seroma, something very similar happened to Maria on this episode that also happened to our Shroom Anonymous guest on last segment. So we are starting to notice that Maria's seroma is starting to encapsulate. And when this happens, if you watched the Shroomnonymous episode, and if you haven't, go back and watch it, then you will know that her seroma encapsulated, and she had to deal with it for 1 year, and then went back in with Dr. Sohn to have it removed. And it looked literally like an organ when they were removing Shroomnonymous's seroma. So now dealing with Maria, we'll see what's going to come in the future. But at the end of the day, if you have a seroma or anything and it's very serious, it is very important that if your doctor is in the same town as you, that they drain it and take care of it. And just like Maria did, you have to be really stern with your doctor sometimes, because sometimes they don't want to listen to you. Just like if you go back and rewatch Maria's episode, they were like, oh, how does your massage therapist even know, or how does your massage girl even know that you have a seroma? And they took out 80 cc's the first time. So definitely keep an eye on that. And now let's talk about Riley. So Riley was talking about her BBL.
Even now, whenever I'm sitting on a hard surface for too long, kind of like my butt falls asleep, I guess.
Really? Even now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but
I've
it
actually
has
never
to be
heard of that.
like a metal bench or like a wooden bench or somewhere just
Or like if
hard.
you go to like a football game.
Yeah, so
Or like
if
the
I'm
Knights
sitting,
game.
Yep, if I'm sitting and like for too long, I'll just like my butt goes numb, like it goes to sleep.
I wonder if that has to do with the surgery. Because I mean, obviously that didn't happen before, right?
I think it's just because I got a fat
fat
transfer.
transfer?
Yeah.
Wow, and it still affects the nerves and stuff.
Oh
The-
yeah,
the-
yeah.
Wow, I've never heard of that.
And sometimes when I lift my arms, especially my right hand, it goes numb.
Oh, that's true, because you also
Yeah.
had arm lipo.
Yeah, so I did lipo 360 and then arms and thighs.
So Riley was talking about her BBL and how her butt has been going numb even after 2 years of surgery, and even her arms are still tingly. So this is something I've actually never heard before. But I guess, when they are taking fat out of one area and they're putting it in another area, it can really cause those kinds of problems. And it can make it to where you're more sensitive when you are going and sitting on like harder surfaces. So I guess that's something to think about, and something that we don't really talk about. What kind of happens years later after you do have a BBL or fat transfer, right? I know from what I've seen for on the face is that it really doesn't last long. Same thing with fat transfer to the breast. But for the butt, I guess because we have a lot of nerve endings there, then maybe when you do sit on stuff, it is more sensitive. I know it's painful when you start to sit down for the first time. And I guess, they can nick a nerve or something. And then now when you sit down, your butt goes numb all the time when you sit on a hard surface. So I guess something to think about is, are you going to have to live with a pillow your whole life when you go to a ball game or something? But anyways, let's talk about Dawn. Dawn, the Chronicles Part 2, and what happened to Dawn. And that's why Dawn has graduated from the ugly story
To the bad
to the bad story.
Yes, because you think you're done.
Because even though we went in and prepared, okay, so let's actually talk about preoperative.
Yes.
So what did you take to help you preoperatively before for
This last
for the
surgery?
Yeah, for this last surgery.
This last surgery, I did peptides. I did a muscle. I don't remember the exact name of the peptide off the top of my head, but I know these. I also did the muscle one, and I did the skin one, was GHPKU.
Yeah.
That I did a combination of those. I think for almost a month and a half, and we saw. I mean, oh my God! I think in the first week we were like, I was like, she knows better than I do, but I was like, Jesus.
I know it works.
Oh my God. It's a totally different recovery. Everybody that knew, my family that knows what I went through last time, like, you're moving around.
Yeah.
You're up and walking. You don't have yes, I can't even tell you how much faster you heal. And it's not anything that's medically conducive to hurting you, or it can come up in a test. But the results, because peptides are something that we create naturally.
Yeah.
And as women at 25 years old, the research that I've seen is that after 25 years old, we start losing all of that natural peptides, right? That our body produces. And now
After 25?
after 25, we start losing them. That is
I'm going to be 30. What?
Yes, you're losing them, girl, by the day.
That explains so much.
Oh my God. Where's the wrinkles on your face right now? Look at this body right now. Stop.
Oh my God. No, but you know what? After massaging for almost 10 years, in January, it'll be my 10 year.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it in my joints.
I bet. I bet. You're like, I'm 85.
But that's why they actually have peptides also for bones and
They do.
joints. But the peptides that I recommended that you take preoperatively is like for wound healing.
It is.
And how fast your wound started healing was insane. So we talk about peptides with Dawn. And one reason why I wanted to bring it up today on this filler episode is because when I discovered peptides, I discovered it with two sisters that had their body lifts done in TJ. And when they had their body lifts done in TJ, their body lifts healed the fastest that I had ever seen. And when this happened, I was like, oh my gosh, how did they accomplish this? What are they doing differently than my other body lifts that is causing their incisions to close literally in a week? Well, they told me that they went to their a physician's assistant out here in Vegas, and they got these wound healing peptide shots. And they started them a month before they went to TJ, and then they continued to take them when they got back. And I think they even took them after surgery. I'm not sure. That's the questions for the PA. What I do know is from what they told me, and what they told me is when they were taking them, like that could be the best explanation for them healing faster. Well, I have turned these peptides and I have referred a lot of patients to this specific PA because he has worked with these other patients and it worked. And let me tell you, these peptides have literally healed these people faster than I have ever seen before. And it is so cool to know that now they have these wound healing shots that actually literally you take them and it helps your body prepare to have trauma done to it and then helps you heal twice as fast, which is what ended up happening with Dawn when she had her issue. And if you want to know about her issue, go back and watch that episode because that is really such a good episode. There's so much great information in it. And we talk about peptides, we talk about hematomas, we talk about revisions, we talk about all the different things because unfortunately, Dawn really should not have come back on the show. But you know what? I'm glad that she's able to share her story and she's so open because if it can help someone else, then that's what we're in the business for. We're here to help people. This is all information that I have gotten from my patients, from their experiences, and from professionals that I have talked to help them heal as well. So on that note, when there was two things that were very similar that we talked about with Maria and with Dawn.
Discussing with you, like Catherine said, like you think you go into these plastic surgeries and you're one and done. That's it. You're like, I'm going to be done. And it never works out that way. 9 times out of 10. I'm not going to say never, but 9 times out of 10 doesn't. And I've had a hard time facing that. But when I did decide, like we had a long discussion, I discussed with him. When I went back, I discussed with him what we were going to do, what's going to prevent this from happening again.
Yeah.
How can we fix this? What's going to work? And I can remember I was calling you a lot and I was saying, freaking out.
No, exactly.
It's like I'm trying to figure out because, like I told you,
Yes.
I mean, my line is like
a roller coaster.
a roller coaster.
And
it's not even straight.
No.
One side is bumpier than the other side. My shin, I told them, did I ask for a design on my neck? I was very sarcastic.
Yeah.
Because look at my shin. I have a triangle. They're like, you know what? It was better before.
Yeah, definitely.
My arms, they lied. They said that they were gonna do the Renuvian
Yeah, Renuvion.
and they were gonna do the Lipo on my inner thighs and my arms,
Yeah.
and that it was gonna shrink.
No, it's
I
gonna
don't
be
see
like
nothing
tighter.
shrinking.
No.
Nothing is getting tighter. Is worse because now you see it more wobbly.
Yeah.
And now the doctor is telling me now that it didn't work. We had to cut. So it's like, okay, you have to cut. Now who's paying for that?
Yeah. And that they want to cut off the skin from
The
your arms
skin and the
from
inner
your
thighs.
legs.
Yeah. And then he said that on my butt on the top I have like a bubble. He's gonna fix it until January the 5th. And then he's gonna fix it in a year.
But then, would you trust him to work on you again?
No.
So they both talked about something that we talked about with Catherine on the last segment. Well, actually, 2 segments ago now. Oh my gosh. And that sometimes we don't anticipate having a bad outcome that's going to result in you needing to pay for more surgery. And at the end of the day, like Maria, like she used her life savings to help pay for this surgery that she wanted, to fix herself, to make herself feel better. And now she might, hopefully not, she might have to pay more money to fix what happened with this first doctor. Same thing with Dawn. Dawn thought that she was going to go in and get her breast fixed, and then they ended up bottoming out, and she had to have a revision that she had to pay for, and it was very expensive to get them fixed again. This is a very expensive thing and a very expensive decision. And if you are not following the 5 keys, if you are not doing your research, if you are not actually talking to people who have gone to the surgeons that you want to go to, if you're not talking to people who have gone to the post-op providers that you have gone to, you are not going to have a good outcome. And it can result in you having to pay more money to have more surgery, or you're going to end up deformed because now you can't pay to have another surgery. And that's sad, guys. That's super sad. But on that note, I have some very, very exciting news to share. As the year comes to an end, Spotify has given me, my show, Talk Plastic Surgery, 3 awards. And when I got the email that my show had received awards, one, we have been doing this show since May, but nobody knows how long we have been working hard at it. And I have been wanting to start this show since last year, but I just didn't know how. I didn't know how to jump into it. And once I had the help and I was able to jump into it, we worked really hard to get interviews in May, filming to be ready to go by, April. Filming in April to get ready by May. And all this hard work has finally paid off by Spotify announcing the awards that I have received. So the 3 awards that Talk Plastic Surgery has received is a 2025 Marathon Show, a 2025 Instant Hit Show, and a 2025 Most Shared Show. And on top of that, for the Most Shared Show, my show received 80% more shares than any other show that's new. And then my show, Your Debut Season, was more popular than 84% of new shows. Like, that is huge, guys. That is so huge. And I just want to give a big thank you to my fans, first and foremost. Thank you guys for watching the show. Thank you to my patients who have been watching the show. Thank you to everyone who came on the show this year in 2025. You know, as we simmer down, and this episode is going to air the first Saturday of 2026, I just wanted to give my shout outs to everyone who came on the show, everyone who shared their story, everyone who has donated their time to me. Like, this means the world to me, and everyone who has been watching the show. Like, every view we get means the absolute world to me. And I can't believe where we're at now, and I can't believe where we're heading. Like, we have already curated so many new episodes for 2026. We have so many new guests coming on in 2026. We have networked with so many incredible people, and I just keep getting incredible patients, and I can't wait to share the new segments of season 3 with the beautiful patients that are willing to share their story, because at the end of the day, we're doing this because plastic surgery is new in the industry. I mean, it's been around for years and ages, but I think people actually honing in on how to take care of yourself, honing in on that this is not just a 2-day thing, and realizing that you're having major surgery and that you have to take care of yourself. And taking care of yourself means proper nutrition, proper massages, proper compression, proper exercise, and the proper mindset. So at the end of the day, thank you guys so much for being a part of this show. And as we swindle down in 2025, I have to give a couple big shout outs. I want to first and foremost thank my family, my mother and my daughter, for supporting my show and just being a big part of my journey and helping me to just push hard to achieving what, like, I worked so hard for. This is really hard. Like, people think like, oh, it's so easy. You just film and blah, blah, blah. This is like really, really hard. It's really, really hard. And I just appreciate my mom for being patient with me. I appreciate my daughter for being there with me and going to filming and everything. And I want to give a big shout out to my videographer. I don't know what I'd do without her. My videographer, like, she is just as much of a star of this show than I am. Like, if I didn't have my videographer, I don't know what I'd do. So in 2025, thank you so much for being a part of my team. And my assistant, of course. My lovely assistant, for answering my phones, for booking appointments. Like, you are a real one. I don't know what I'd do without you. And finally, I have to give a big, big thank you to my PR daddy. my incredible boyfriend who pushed me to actually start this show. He actually told me and gave me all the tricks and tips and what to do, who has been by my side from the beginning, who that when I am like struggling and I can't do it and I'm tired and I have to film because I have episodes that I have to air, has pushed me and stood by me. And this year, I don't know what I'd do without you. And I just want to give a big shout out to the guy who has been by my side and the reason why I started the show to begin with. I don't know what I'd do without you, and I love you. Thank you so much for being a part of my 2025 and starting Talk Plastic Surgery. And last, but certainly not least, guys, in the words of Reverend Kanye, let's have a toast. Let's have a toast for the douchebags. Let's have a toast for the assholes. Let's have a toast for the scumbags. Every one of them that I know. Let's have a toast for the jerk-offs that ain't never take work off. Baby, I got a plan. Run away as fast as you can. And as always, guys, like, share, subscribe, hit the push notifications for all things plastic surgery. Happy 2026, guys, and just stay tuned for what I have in store for you. Peace!